Hey, what's going on, chess fanatics? Hope everyone is doing well. Yeah, played a couple games. Typically, I just play one a day, but last night I played two or three. And after a loss in the SLAV, I had a nice draw, and then got paired against a 1750 something and won it in 20 moves exactly to the time they resigned. And so it's a fickle game. You never know, where things are going to go when you start playing an opponent. But it's always interesting to me that opponents of varying levels of strength can provide great challenges or lesser challenges. But I think that's some of the beauty of the game. We're going to just play a 10-minute right now. We got an opponent out of France, the host of the Olympics. We played a SLAV last time. I play a lot of QGD style things, and I think we shall continue on with the SLAV today. I don't see any reason not to. So what we can do is play knight to d7, and then, oh, look at this. We got e4 in one go. I don't think that's a bad situation. And now we just wind up forking a king and a queen. Or sorry, a queen and a bishop. Not bad. So that fork still... okay, I think that we should... Do we take this? If we take it, they take with check. Okay, so... they might be looking to push and come in here, but what we're going to do is just develop the bishop out. If he pushes this... Yeah, okay. So now we have to castle. I'm assuming he's going to push. Oh, he does not. And now we're going to attack the queen. Okay, let's just continue to gain a tempo here. There's a nice hole for our knight, but I think what we're going to try and do is come over here and extract this bishop. Then we're just kind of piece up. We'll get into an endgame, and hopefully that should be all we need. I mean, they do have a couple pawns, right? So we'll have some work to be done. There's no real passers, at least at this point in time. Opponent's having a bit of a think. It's a tough position. I mean, yeah. So that's not a bad move. Obviously, we're not going to hang mate here. We'll just take the pawn. Now he can take with the bishop or with the rook. Opponent may be calculating that now, right? Take and hoping that we take back. But I think what we'll do is, yeah, we're going to just do this to play it safe. Now if rook takes, we take with check, and then we would win this. Okay, opponent playing some aggressive moves. What if we just come in here and attack the queen? Okay, so we need to obviously survive this bit here. Okay, we should probably take. And then I think we'll... Okay, if we go here, it takes. So now we'll just use this pawn as a shield. He can push, but we should be able to hold the f6 square. We got a knight, we got some rooks that we can build up. Got a potential check. Not sure where. Okay, so what about this check? If it goes back, that's gonna hang a queen. And our opponent resigns. Yeah, tough position. Let's jump into the game review and see. Yeah, the SLAV can definitely have some interesting games. It's a super great defense. Trying to look a little bit more into it, to be honest. It's something that I played very sparingly, but it's incredibly solid. Okay, so we played with a 94.5% versus our opponent's 81, and we had 15 best moves. I feel like that's pretty good. No blunders. 2300 rating versus a 2050 from our opponent. And we had an opening accuracy of 97.2, so let's go through. So yeah, all of this is pretty good. They're saying this is a queen's pawn opening. Interesting. I guess Slav is probably just going knight to f6 immediately and then potentially pushing e6. But I've always found in this structure, if you can get rid of the bishop on c8, then you're good. Because normally in a scenario where they will have played c4, you can lock yourself in and this bishop becomes difficult to get rid of. So I don't know, maybe it's not the Slav proper that I play, but I've always looked at it as a Slav. And yeah, so it really did not like this. Our opponent missed the fact that that we were threatening a fork. But in this position, I feel like also in the Slav, traditionally when you play e6, if you can push e5 at some point, you're in a good position. And, you know, as you can see, actually, when we play e5 in one shot, we have the slightest advantage. And then, of course, that's just a huge blunder. And this was all good. This allowed us to just castle. So it didn't have any challenges there. Our opponent obviously thought it was important to castle as well. They could have looked to push this, but we were not going to hang mate in that scenario. Another tempo on the queen. Now this did open up, of course, a nice juicy square on e4, which would have attacked the queen and kept them on this diagonal. But you know, we probably would have looked to play e8, for example, just to hold this down, but there's always a possibility that they push and then they're threatening mate. So, you know, we got the queen here, kind of a multi-purpose move. Obviously, they want to trade this off. The rook's looking at it, so this allowed us to provide some pressure here, potentially bring the knight in. More importantly, I just wanted to trade off this bishop because, of course, that eliminates the mate threat entirely. Now, taking here would, of course, led to being mated, which isn't a good idea. So we just took. They could have captured back. I thought it was their best move, in which case we were still going to play this just to get rid of any pressure that exists there. But he allowed us to get this. It says it's an even trade, which it is from a piece perspective, but that was their best piece in my mind. It was exerting the most pressure. And yeah, this is good, obviously suggesting that we've created some luft for the king. More importantly, I just didn't want to let them push h6 and then have to play something like g6 in that scenario. I feel like our position's good. We know that the rook will be attacking the queen, so I wasn't too worried about a pawn storm. So we had a chance to protect it. Obviously, oh, it's saying a5 is just a better idea. Like, let's just go crack open the king because it's pretty weak there without the dark square bishop. But did it like this? Yeah, so this is best. And then this is also best. So we really did not want to allow, obviously, taking rook in and then easy play, right? So in a scenario like this, boom, just king up. And all we need to worry about is the queen sneaking in here, which is not really possible. We got a variety of ways to cover these squares, including just putting the queen there directly and forcing a trade because his king is on the same line. And here, there were not a lot of great options. If we look before, I was also thinking, so if we played check, the logical move would be here and then just drop the rook. But the way that it worked out was instead we were able to get the queen. So obviously just a better position. Coming out was not going to be great because, again, I think that we have some easier play anyway. You know, probably just start launching that attack almost immediately and chipping away. I think they would have a tough time defending their position. So, all right, guys, that's what we get for today. A victory. We're up to 1649. Happy to see that. yeah, hopefully tomorrow we'll cross over 1650 and yeah, look to get into the 1700s. That's the goal. But as always, our opponents will try and stop us. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.